Hello everybody, Permission to Breathe Day 18. It's the 18th of January 2021. This is my challenge to myself for the month of January, to exercise conscious breathing, starting with 1 minute on the 1st and building up to 31 minutes on the 31st of January. I am Kelly Davis, NLP practitioner, timeline therapist, hypnotherapist, and life and business coach. This little challenge, if you have been following, has turned into a lot more than just a breathing exercise. It is now conscious practice of a number of daily events, or as much as possible during the day, just being conscious or being aware. And so mine has turned into more than 18 minutes for the day, and certainly I've already far surpassed the 31 minutes that I was hoping to achieve at the end of January. However, I have made a promise to continue and do these recordings each day until then. So that is what I'm going to do. Whether you're finding them useful or not, I'm not sure. Watch them, don't watch them. It doesn't really matter. For me, it's just a recording of what I've done and what I've been going through. There is something very important that has been coming up for me, which is part of my practice, of what I practice as a profession, as well as what I'm practicing spiritually. And it's very important. 95% of what we are, or what we think we are, is made up of events or memories of events that have then been filtered through beliefs, values, morals, and various other filters, and from when we were young. And it's we think we know who we are, but every time we have a strong feeling about something, or a strong disagreement or agreement with something that we either rate as good or as bad, is it really the truth? Is there good or bad, or is there not good or bad? And which part of it did we actually decide? And which part of us is the we? Like, who are you at the end of the day? So the important thing that is coming up for me right now is that we are not who we think we are. And if we can separate from our thoughts and our imagination, and realize that our thoughts and our imagination are not actually who we indeed are, that we can start to feel more at ease and more at peace with life in general. And because then we can start to see life as it is, rather than as we have thought it to be. And there is a term in NLP that says the map is not the territory, which is exactly that. It's the picture that we have of something is not necessarily the event itself. In fact, it is not the event itself. So we have a memory of something that has been deleted, distorted, or generalized. The information from that event has been deleted, distorted, or generalized to suit whatever requirements we need, or our understanding of life as we've learned it. And therefore, the information that we have is only a minuscule amount of what that event actually consisted of. And if you and I were to look at the same event, you would put the picture of that event through your filters and through your understanding of life, as I would put my understanding or the event through my filters and my understanding of life. And we can come up with two very, very different pictures of what we thought that event to be. Therefore, if we can go back and we can... if you are hanging on to very negative emotions or limiting beliefs that are holding you back in life, if you can go back and you can reframe that event, or change the way that you see that event, put it through a different set of filters, possibly even, for me, that the spiritual side of thing is to drop those filters entirely, I guess. Is that not that we drop them entirely, but that we realize that the filters are not realistic. They are not real. They are created in our mind. And it is the only place that it is created. But the consciousness, or the thing that has created our brains that has created this body, that is what we should be seeking. It's not not what we think the mind can do, but what created the brain and the mind in the first place. But it means that anything that has happened in your life that is holding you back from the perfect being that you came into this world as, anything can be changed. Anything can be changed. Anything can be amended. Your way of thinking, your way of understanding something can be completely altered if it is the right thing, if it is ethical for you to do that. If it is somehow protecting you, it will, and it needs to be there, then obviously that will not happen. But if it is ecological and it is ethical for you to release some sort of negative emotion, and I would imagine that most negative emotions could be released and would help you live a better life with a better understanding of things, and that you'd live a more fulfilled and happy life. So that is where I'm at the moment with life, and just getting ready to go out. We don't go out very much at the moment. We're in lockdown. So I think that this time in the world, 2020 and 2021, we have been fed such negative information, and we are constantly filtering this information through our belief systems and our value systems and our morals, and we are coming up with the most dreaded and awful and drastic ends of the spectrum of what we believe or don't believe. And the more the media throws at us about different things, if it's not Trump, it's a vaccine. If it's not the vaccine, it's COVID itself. If it's not that, it's what's going on in Russia and the Russian president arresting the new elect. The same is happening in Uganda. The current president is terrorizing the guy that's standing against him. There are these polarities, and currently what the media is doing is playing and enforcing those polarities and splitting us all apart. And I think it's to come back away from those polarities, because the one central thing that is the same within all of us is where we are from, and that consciousness, the force that existed, that brought us into being and brought the earth into being, that is never ending and is never changing. We need to come back, instead of worrying about whether we're a man or a woman or black or white, or whether we're South African or British, or whether we are humanitarian or not. We need to come back to our humanness and remember that is actually what we are, and that all humans are human. And rather than worrying about the dividing lines, is to come back to what actually is, brings us back to our almost like a sameness. Or anyway, those are my thoughts for the day. If anybody has anything that they'd like to add or comment, you're more than welcome to on my Facebook page, Kelly Davis Coaching and Therapies, or on the YouTube channel. And hi to all my friends, whoever's listening. I know that there's a number of you that do listen to this, and I'm sure we will debate this at length, some of us, and I look forward to those debates in the future. I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing day, and I'll check in with you guys again tomorrow for the 19 minutes. As I've said before, the exercise can be consciousness in anything. If you want to do 19 minutes of conscious eating per day, it's rather a lot of eating, but there you go. Or if you want to split your consciousness into just bringing your awareness to exercise, to breathing, to dancing, to singing, and being fully in what you are doing, just that is for me what the consciousness is just doing something wholeheartedly, fully, almost losing your mind in it, not thinking about it. It's more being part of the doing part of it. 19 minutes of that tomorrow, whatever you want to do, and whenever you want to do it, and however you want to do it. If you want to split it up during the day, that exercise works as well. But it is just bringing our awareness and our consciousness to things that are within our control, which is ourselves, and taking our focus off other things that we really have no control over at this time. The only thing that we can change is ourselves. And once we change ourselves, we see our worlds change around us. Lots of love, and I'll check in with you again tomorrow. Cheers.